Huh? 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 Mhm. Mm-mm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, can you hear me now? Gotta love it when technology decides to screw up. Oh, awesome. Okay. Let me go through the what we're doing here for the third time. Alright, so I'm creating an Iron Man character for 14, meaning no player trading. No market boards. um only crafting, gathering, and what do you call it? NPC purchases. I haven't done that before. It's not gonna. I like the market board. Oh wait, does oh that means she's not gonna be able to make. Ooh. Oh, her getting money to buy a house is gonna be insane. Okay, so Veer, I feel is I like the Veers, but the wait, they can wear hats now. Oh, yes, they can wear hats now. I forget that they can wear hats. um, I feel like Nico's are better in my opinion. I like Nico's, but okay, so Dice Roll said that she gets Azima as her goddess, which is fine. Azima's amazing. She's fab. Love her. Not doing tanking because I hate tanking. I guess the real question is where do I want to start my what is the starting city I want to go for? Sorry for everyone's eardrums. It is the follow alert is definitely very loud, but I appreciate the follow. You know what? I'm gonna go for my. Do I have to do the white mage? Technically, because Azima likes fire, I should go for Thaumaturge. Wait. Okay, so I haven't created a new character in a hot minute. It tells you what the corresponding job is for them. Okay. So I no longer just have to memorize this stuff? Oh, Amber, I started with, oh, what do you call it? Black Mage is my OG class. Black Mage was the first class Thaumaturge was the first class I ever played in Final Fantasy 14. And that was back in like 2020. And it was actually also my first class that ever reached level 100. Let's see. Yeah, no. I have gotten up to 7.2. I don't remember if I've done the 7.3 quest or I know I haven't done the 7.4 ones. But I don't remember if I've done the 7.3 ones. I need to do them. What? Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3.
A random number between 1 and 3 is 3.
Okay. So we'll base it off of this. So it's choosing Gridania. I'll go with the Lancer. Have I ever actually gone through the Archer class line? Or quests? I don't remember any of it. I remember... Okay, so I remember Conjure. It has the chick who doesn't want to listen to the elementals and only wants to resurrect people and heal. Doesn't want to deal with any of the other stuff. Lancer, it has the one dude who is constantly trying to convince us to leave the Lancers Guild to fight alongside him, and he ends up stealing some stuff, and we have to fight a bunch of those thingies. I don't remember anything about the archer quests. I can always go back to it. But there's only 3 that I can choose from. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3.
A random number between 1 and 3 is 2.
Siri chooses Lancer.
I didn't get that.
That's fine. You don't have to. Alright, so I guess Lancing, we go into Dragoon, which is fun. No, I wanted you know what? Yeah, we can choose Rafflesia. Or no, let's go Gollum. We go Gollum, yeah. Random name. Actually, I need to do something that'll make me remember that she is a Iron Man character. There we go. Nori Ma'am. That is her name. Oh, I guess I could have done Nam. Yep. New character. New game. This will be fun. Yeah, I remember. I got so many caricatures. What? Why do you have me on Seraph? So you're talking. Whatever. What's crazy is I've only ever beat the game with 1 character. But I've gone through this starting area so much. Oh no. Oh. You know what's the worst part about it starting anywhere but Ul'dah? Is you have to wait until you finish the level 15 MSQs before you can unlock Glam. At least if you start in Ul'dah, once you reach level 15, you can go straight and to Vesper Bay to unlock Glam and dying. What? Why did you open up her? Walk out. Why did you... I created... it. What? Okay, I love it when it decides to not use the character I just created for this purpose. Okay, it's in Gollum.
Here. Here. Feel.
Let's go talk to Heidolan. Ah. I wanna see Asian.
Hear, feel, think.
I don't know which Asian is shown right there. You know, I will say this. Dragoon armor is really hot. I think that Asian is La Habrea, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I only know La Habrea by his voice. And when he is a certain white-haired person. Let me go ahead and get... Okay. Alright. Moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. I'll be the ether, I reckon. Some are more prone to the sickness than others. No need to fret though. I'll soon get used to it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There's a new Scree. A new Serpent of Ronk on the Mog Station. I don't know if you got that or not, Amber. I certainly did. You can't see us. I had a feeling you could, Kupo. We're Moogles and we live in this wood. Normal folks can't see or hear us, which makes you special, Kupo. And seeing how you're special, maybe you can tell us something. Now, the wood's been restless of late, and lots of strange things happening. Have you chanced to witness anything suspicious? No, we just arrived. Literally, we're on a carriage to arrive for the first. But of course you haven't. You only just arrived. Well, there's nothing for it, then. We'll just have to keep looking. Nice to meet you. Now, I can never remember the names of these three dudes. Redonia's still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're awake, how about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Vermont's the name, and Penland's me trade. As for your good self, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you're one of them adventurers, am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call a living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. It ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? To amass a fortune. That is her goal. Fortune, eh? Well, it's a dream we've all had at one time or another. Once you learn to handle yourself in a fight, you want to pay a visit to whichever crafting or gathering guild tickles your fancy. Gridania is renowned for its leatherworkers and carpenters, not to mention its botanists. Venturing ain't just about killing things after all. A peaceful pastime may well help you make your fortune. It does. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Let's go no further. What's this then? Ah. What's going on? A skirmish has broken out up ahead with the Ixal. For your own safety, you must remain here until... We shall hold him here. Try to break clear. Those two bleeding close. Is it the Ixal to send us a welcoming party the way? Now, joking aside, this won't be the last time you meet those feathered fiends, so just you take care, alright? But is this your first trip to Gridania? No. Oh, not. But I'll wager there have been some changes since your last visit. I had a journey itinerant to teach you a few new things about your destination. The city of Gridania lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest luscious forest in all of Eorzea, though it ain't near as lush as it used to be, saying that not since the calamity laid half of it to waste. But the destruction prompted a herd of new nasties to move in and gave the Ixal unneeded encouragement. Herdmen's raids have become a daily occurrence. At long last, behold Gridania, the forest nation blessed by the elementals.
The Black Shroud, the ancient forest, close to the heart of Eorzea. Beneath the boughs of its towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Gridania. Once a sanctuary from the world beyond the hedge, even the mighty elementals, eternal guardians of the forest, could not forestall the coming of the seventh umbral era. However, the goddess Nofika was never one to forsake her children, and today she welcomes another brave soul. One who may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm.
And here's where we part ways. I'm off to the markets to deliver my wares, then it's back to the high road for me. I want you to have this by way of thanks for keeping me company. You never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Come the sort of story personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May
Yeah,
the
he knows from the
matron
beginning.
take her to her bosom, that she may never want. And in her heart sow serenity, purity, and sanctity.
Hey there. Yeah, you. Your face is not known to me. Newly come to the city, no doubt. I am Britannunt, a wood whaler of Gridania. It's my duty to protect our nation from her enemies, while welcoming those who may yet prove her friends. Let's see what you are. We are friend, not food. A green adventurer, I presume? Not as much. Can't allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked and untested. But you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work. I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local Adventurers Guild, in case you were wondering. Carline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Mione within. She will take you in hand. Okie dokie. Well, what have we here? A wide-eyed, wandering young adventurer, come to put your name down at the guild, I assume? Welcome. Mione is my name. Mother Mione, as most call me. The Carline Canopy is my place. As the head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honor of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the Guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people of Gridania. Fine deal, when you agree. To an outsider's eyes, all may seem well with our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Excel and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble. Trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Gallian Empire to the north. And that is to say nothing of the calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal. But I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me, 5 years past, Eorzea was well nigh laid to waste when a dread worm emerged from within a lustre moon, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which people call the calamity. Scarcely a square mile in the 12's wood was spared the devastation, yet, despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it all happened. I am well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it's also true. For reasons we can ill explain, the facts surrounding the calamity are shrouded in mystery, and there is many versions of the events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet, amidst the hazy recollection and conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing: that Eorzea was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, and none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm. And yet whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amidst the blinding glare. Thus have these adventures come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Right, do not feel daunted by the deeds of legends. Do not ask that you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then is to conclude the business of registration. Here's the quill. Scroll your name right there. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you used your real name. There is a special place in the 7th Isle for those who use amusing aliases. Hey man, you're quite sure that is an amusing alias? I'm sorry, I've seen people come through with the name Tax Evader. Pretty sure it's normal. Very well. From this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of the Gridania, nation blessed of the elementals and the bounty of the 12's The guild expects great things from you. Like just arrived, another adventurer. Don't you start with that. Adventures are the very salve that Gridania needs. The Elder Seedseer herself bade us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not, lest you forget it is my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? You adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the 7th Hell. Pay that outburst no mind. You meant only to counsel. Suspicious characters have been prowling 12's Wood of late. You see, and the Wood Whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know. Your good self included. Fear not, however. Given a catalogue of exemplary deeds and no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gridania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on old Mother Muni to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure you have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Your first task is to visit the Aetheryte, the massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheryte Plaza, not far from the Carline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetheryte plays a key role in the life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you've located the crystal, all you need to do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer you further instruction. For your second task, you are to visit the Lancers Guild. There is no better place to learn the arts of the pole walk. Speak with Jillian and she will explain the benefits of joining the guild. For your third and final task, I would have you visit the markets at the heart of Old Gridania's commercial district. There you shall find weapons and armors and all the various items that an adventurer might need on her travels. There is, however, more to the markets than buying and selling goods. Speak with Pas Montre and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, so be sure to offer him one of my famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a patch not long ago. You have your task, Nori. May Nofika guide your path. Ah, and one more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizens in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I'm certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, the work they offer is unlikely to be of realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build a reputation, and in time, folk will be more inclined to entrust you with matters of moment. I also suggest you lend an ear to the smith here in the canopy. The Smiths are trusted representatives of the Adventurers Guild and are an invaluable source of advice for neophyte heroes seeking to attain greatness. I think it's the same guy across all three starting cities. Or he's got siblings. Greetings, adventurer. I see you are faithfully following Mother Muni's instructions. Let me offer a bit of instruction myself. I am Nisia of the Wood Waivers, and I know a thing or two about the Aetheryte. Yes, that big crystal right there. Aetherites are devices that tap into ethereal energies, and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Turn and teleport, the most common transportation spells. Make use of Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And, as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will seek out and attune herself to each one. Truly, few things in this world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. But you need not locate them all at once. For you rushing out into the wilds, I suggest you start with the Aetherites found here in Gridania. Should you wish to learn more about the Aetherite or transportation magic, I'm here to answer your questions. Wait, why is Sprint not automatically... By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsmontre, master of the market? You think you can stroll in here, bold as you please, and demand my hard-earned knowledge? A merchant does naught for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry my favor, then I might reconsider your request. come now, this whole encounter reeks of Muna's handiwork. And more specifically, her baking. Don't look so surprised, lass. I smelled that eel pie of yours a moment away. Hand it over. That flaky crust just divine. Very well. I am a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than the Rosewood and Ebony Stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you'd best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods are the province of the Rosewood Stalls, directly south of here. You will be pleased to learn that the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear their effective straps and the like. If it is potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the Ebony Stalls. The shelves there are lavishly stocked by a widely traveled Uldan merchants, and I may truly say that I have seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? First step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with price and profit. There's little more I can teach you with mere words. Go, peruse the stalls and see for yourself what wares they offer. There is no substitute for first-hand experience, after all. And I am wary of talking, unless you have another eel pie. Guess this one's fine. Let's grab this Ethernet shard while I'm right here. She's gonna have to make her money through level quests. Oh no, not here. And this should be the last of the Ethernet shards. Or not? Oh, no, because I haven't done the Conjurer's Guild yet. Welcome to the Lancer's Guild. I see you brought your own spear. If you seek to refine your skills with the polearm, then you'll have to come to the right, or then you've come to the right place. Here at the Lancer's Guild, spear wielders gather to train with one another and further hone their abilities under the tutelage of our fine instructors. More than just an instrument of war, the spear is also a tool for hunting, and with the game ever plentiful in the Twelveswood, the weapon has been the mainstay of locals here since before the founding of Gridania. With the passing of time, our nation has become a gathering place for spearmasters from across the realm, eager to test their mettle against the famed might of our wood whalers. And it was here in Gridania that their myriad fighting styles came into contact, eventually giving rise to the art taught here today. That spear technique could be formalized as ode, much to the founding of the Lancers Guild, by wood whaler Captain Mistyle, nigh on a century past. The tradition of accepting students from without as well as within Gridania's borders persists to this day, ensuring that the art of the polearm may not only survive but also continue to evolve. Well, there you have it. I hope this brief history of the guild has helped settle any doubts in your mind. The Lancers Guild is always eager to welcome new initiates. If you've a will to enlist, speak with me again and we can begin the enrollment procedures. Well then, have you made up your mind? Yes, excellent. I'll let the guildmaster know to expect you. All who seek admittance to our ranks must present themselves before him. He will judge if you are fit to become one of us. Right, make your way to the training area within. Our guildmaster awaits you there. Well met, adventurer. I understand you wish to learn the Lancer's art under our roof. Then you have doubtless brandished a spear before this day, perhaps even in earnest. You still have a long way to go before you may call yourself a Lancer in sooth. My capacity as Guildmaster, I shall guide your training, beginning with the very basics. the principles of our art. There exist a myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensively minded as ours. Our approach is ever one of attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. He transforms into a raging storm before his woes, delivering a barrage of devastating thrusts and slashes. To facilitate such a relentless assault, we lancers forego plate, favoring armor of leather and chain. Such materials as provide adequate protection without unduly hindering movement. A lancer's worth may be measured quite simply in how swiftly and decisively he can pierce his enemy's defenses. By its nature, the polearm is a simple weapon to wield for good or ill. Even in a farmer's hands, it is capable of wreaking considerable havoc. Thus has it been a mainstay of every great army since ancient times. Yet know that a lance alone does not a lancer make. Faced with unfavorable odds, and unseasoned spearmen will break formation and flee without a moment's hesitation. A true lancer, however, flinches not before his enemies, for he knows not the meaning of fear. Ever does he press forward, disdainful of the odds that he might pierce the enemy line and open a path to victory. Needless to say, doing so requires no small amount of courage, and that is why our guild has striven from the first to instill this essential quality in every soul who passes through our halls. Arduous trials await should you join our ranks. Knowing this, have you the resolve to wield a lance? Yep, said Adventurer. I see no reason to deny you a place within our ranks. But I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Ewain, Master of the Guild. Pleasantries duly exchanged, I hereby assign you your first task, a trial to be precise. In order to develop an affinity with your weapon and learn to gauge such things as distance, you are to go forth and brandish your spear with reckless abandon. The squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars from just outside the city should provide you with a suitable challenge. Let's put down, say, 3 of each, then report back to me. It's raining. The last of the things. Alright, let's talk to Miona and then we'll head out the gates to deal with these things. Actually, I can deal with these and then talk to Miona. Yeah, let's do that. Some thick tension. For the fingers. Okay. You gotta go around the tree. That's unfortunate. Right. The conquering hero returns. You've completed my little task, I trust. The 3 locations you visited will feature prominently in your life as an adventurer. It's best you grow familiar with them as soon as possible. And you took the time to listen to the words of the citizenry. I cannot emphasize how important it is to lend your talents to one and all, no matter how trivial the matter may seem. I am thankful you are an obliging sort, Nori. It's adventurers like you who will win the hearts of the locals and pave the way for those who follow. I pray Gridania can rely on your aid in its struggles to come. What's crazy is we didn't stop and help a single person. Nori, have you visited the Bannock on your wanderings? It's a training ground found just outside the city where the soldiers of the Order of the Twin Adder are drilled in swordplay and other martial matters. I mention this because an acquaintance of mine, a gentleman by the name of Gelfred, is an instructor there, and I think you may be of use to him. Go and introduce yourself and find out if there's anything you can do to help. Mind you do not stray far from the path. The tallest wood is no place for merry strolls through the underbrush. So you're back. I trust you learned something of the essence of our art. A lancer learns best when he is doing, each thrust making him stronger. Such things as strategy and technique will come in time. And never forget, courage without it, you cannot hope to realize your potential. Your look betrays no hint of doubt. I would have you take with you this hunting log. It bears the names of creatures against which a lancer might hone his skills. To be sure, there is no single way to master our art. The log serves to guide you should you find yourself in need of direction. That'll be all for the present. Now take up your weapon, sally forth, and cut a path for yourself. When next we meet, I hope you will be, or I hope to see you stronger for your time out in the world. When you returned, I didn't leave. I take from your presence that you have gained a measure of familiarity with your weapon. Good. You are ready to begin the next phase of your training. You will recall my telling you that it takes no small amount of courage to be a lancer. Now, in general terms, courage is the strength to do something which one finds unnerving. However, a lancer's notion of courage is not so simple. Having first drawn a distinction between courage and recklessness, he then divides the former into two aspects. I would have you learn each with spear in hand. The first is composure. When outnumbered in battle, a lancer may lose his composure and succumb to panic. Should this happen, all of his training will swiftly flee his mind, and he will struggle to overcome opponents whom he would ordinarily have bested with ease. He will, in short, contribute to his own defeat. If you wish to become a lancer in sooth, you must learn to maintain your composure at all times. Do this, and you will be able to call upon every ounce of your strength and skill when it matters most. And so to your first test. The riverbanks of the Central Shroud are home to Vayokin, known as Yarzans. Fiercely territorial, the creatures will attack anyone who strays too close, making them the bane of fisherfolk. They typically fall upon their prey en masse, sparing all avenues of escape, before closing in for the kill. What must go through the minds of their victims in that instance? Panic? Despair? Be sure to tell me upon your return. Needless to say, I would have you brave such an encounter. Take the sack of decidedly noisome bait, and use it to lure the ever-ravenous creatures out of their nests. It may be that only one curious Yarzan appears, but what if 2 or 3 that follow the sun? Let's see how you fare then. Go now, my young lancer. Learn what it means to fight with composure. Alright. Time to kill some of these guys. Hmm. Now for this one. Let's go ahead and turn in Nicole. You know what? No, we'll go hit this up first. Yeah, everything's filled. Greetings. Mune sent word to expect you. Name's Galfer, and I am responsible for training our twin hunter recruits. I thank you for volunteering your assistance. Twelveswood is much changed since the calamitous arrival of the Seventh Umbral Era 5 years ago. The power of the elementals wanes, and the harmony of the forest gives way to chaos. A great abundance of life has been lost as the strong run rampant, stifling the weak and new sprung. Though it may not appear so to the eyes of the outsider. And the Twelveswood is ailing, and its once rich variety a fading memory. For the citizens of Gridania, the restoration of the forest is a sacred duty. And it is my hope that adventurers such as you will offer to aid them in their struggle. Listen to their requests and do all that you can. May the elementals bless your endeavors, Norringman. Oh, no, okay. I see you're eager to lend a hand. That is well, but I cannot in good conscience send you into the forest until I have established that your equipment is equal to the task. It bears repeating that in the 5 years since the dawn of the Seventh Umbral Era, many of the Twelveswood's creatures have transformed into vicious, bloodthirsty monsters. Venturing into the forest without the proper gear is tantamount to suicide. I suggest you take time to evaluate your equipment. Once you deem your armor to be of sufficient quality, present yourself to me for inspection. Ready for inspection, are we? Right then. Eyes forward, back straight. Yes, I think you pass muster. You'd be surprised at how many young and promising soldiers get themselves killed by rushing off into the woods without first donning a decent set of armor. Your equipment, however, should provide the degree of protection. Consider yourself ready for duty. I shall take a bone harpoon, please. Oh, Nori, by your tireless efforts, you have proven yourself a friend to Gridania. I believe you can be trusted with sensitive intelligence. I would assign you a mission of considerable import, yet the need for secrecy prevents me from disclosing its details until you have pledged your participation. I am authorized to tell you only that it concerns suspicious activity in the Twelveswood. Say that you will lend us your aid, and I shall proceed with the briefing. Time is of the essence, so listen well. You will by now have heard that a suspicious individual has been seen prowling the Twelveswood. And you may also be aware that Ixali activity has risen sharply in the regions of late. What you may not know is that this increase coincided almost exactly with the first recorded sighting of the aforementioned individual. Suspecting a connection, we tightened our surveillance in hopes of tracking down our unknown visitor. Alas, our quarry is proving to be exceedingly elusive, almost as if he knows our movements ahead of time. But where whole units have failed, a lone adventurer may yet succeed. Acting independently and covertly, you may be able to close in on our quarry unnoticed. Fear and anxiety are beginning to take their toll upon the citizenry. Nori, for their sake, I ask that you aid us in this investigation. Okay. You have my gratitude. With your help, I am hopeful we will shed light upon this mystery. Uh, Begin your search at the Lifeman's dump. It's there that the majority of the sightings took place. Be forewarned, my people cannot offer you support lest our quarry catch scent of our presence and evade us yet again. Proceed with caution. Okay. This should be relatively simple. We're just going to fight some people, right? Alright, before I do that, I want to head to... I want to get this switched out. We'll head up the Lancers Guild, and then we'll head out to the Lifeman's Stomp. Maybe this will boost us up to level 10. Welcome back, and well done. I trust you now understand that in times of direst need, no amount of strength or skill with a spear will avail the lancer who lacks composure. You are now ready to learn the second aspect of a lancer's courage: resolve. When faced with a terrible foe, a lancer may succumb to fear and self-doubt. Should this happen, he will become defensive and, in seeking to cover his weakness, surrender his greatest strength, namely, his capacity to attack. A lancer who fears to attack is not but a man holding a pole. His spear may well be a broomstick for all the good it would do him. It is not and will never be a shield. That you may learn the truth of my words firsthand, I bet you go to the central shroud, to an area adjoining the abandoned dungeon known as Spirit Hold. Since the calamity, that neck of the Troll's Wood has become a veritable menagerie of fearsome fauna. There you will find 3 collapsed pillars, which have become a haunt for fell creatures. You're to put them down. What manner of fiends can you expect to counter? To reveal that would be defeat the purpose of the lesson, my young lancer. I will say only this: if you face these foes with a lancer's resolve, you will surely emerge the victor. Once you've completed the trial, pray report to Jillian at the entrance hall. She has grasped the 2 aspects of the courage, albeit with some trouble, though I doubt you will encounter similar difficulties. Her struggle has furnished her with certain insights which I think you would benefit from hearing. A lancer learns best when he is doing, but the wisdom of his seniors is not entirely without worth. Go now, and do as I bid you. Uh, okay. So, let's hit up these first, and then we'll hit up the Life and Stomp. Oh. No one likes to fight these guys. Ugh, I really don't like these guys.
On your knees, darling.
Well, I appreciate that. I love Astarion. He's just so yummy. So yummy. I'd say oh, what vampire rank would I put Astarion at? I don't think I will mark him as best. But he's definitely up there. He is my favorite of the Baldur's Gate 3. interests. There are times where I try to go towards someone else, and then Astarion just he says something, and then it's just like, okay, fine. I've been expecting you. By your return, I trust you now understand the importance of results. Like one's flesh, courage can be made strong. It is a matter of training each of its aspects. Now, the endeavor may prove difficult in the beginning. God knows how much I struggled. You may suffer untold humiliation and more frustration than you can bear, but you must persevere. Whenever you engage an opponent, whether in training or earnest, make a conscious effort to fight with composure and resolve. Over time, doing so will become a second nature, and you will acquire such courage as you never thought could be yours. Mind you, not all battles entail a physical clash of might. It could simply be a disagreement born of a conflict in ideology. Point is, it matters not what battlefield you stand upon, so long as you take care to be composed and resolute. Your courage will grow. Did that make any sense? Even a little? I fear I cannot hold a candle to Guildmaster Yue, but if there is aught I can do to assist in your training. What was that? Something is afoot in the training area. And you call yourselves Lancers. Pathetic. You are next, Guildmaster. Arm yourself and face me. Refuse, and all will know that you are no true Lancer. Say what you will, I am above provocation. Raven to the last man. Oh, but what have we here? Wait, she is but a novice. Makes no odds to me. You yourself admitted her to your ranks, did you not? Very well, I shall withdraw for now. Yet know that only the fearless are fit to wear the mantle of Lancer. I look forward to measuring your worth in the days to come. There is not more to see. Return to your drills. You made no attempt to evade his thrust. Did your opponent so unnerve you as to deprive you of your senses? Well, it is of little consequence now. You need pay no further heed to our uninvited guests. As you wonder, it is not uncommon for challengers to come pounding on our door seeking to test their mettle. For now, dedicate yourself to tempering the two aspects of courage, the composure to bring the sum of your strength, and the skill to bear against your foes, and the resolve to attack when fear would stay your hand, as befits a lancer. When next we meet, I shall have another trial for you, one that will put your courage to the test. And now, till then, continue to apply yourself to training. Farewell. I can't turn around and sell that, so I don't think I will choose it. Mind you, I don't think you can craft that either. I think this is one of the things that you can only get on the quests. Let's see. No, you can purchase it. From the Calamity Salvagers. Okay. But I probably won't choose to wear it at any point, so I'm gonna just go with these. Alright. Oh, Nori, I swear you have gained an ilm around the arm since last we spoke. It is plain you have not been idle. In our previous lesson, you learned the Lancer's definition of courage, and how you might go about tempering its two aspects. Today, we shall find out if your efforts have borne fruit. I see you've come prepared for battle. That is well. Your next trial will place you in the midst of a throng of enemies. In such a situation, one may be attacked from any direction, making it difficult to respond appropriately. Furthermore, the likelihood of being surrounded is high. Will your resolve bear the weight of uncertainty? We shall soon find out. Should you overcome this trial, what courage you already possess will be further tempered. Now, heed me well, for this is what you must do. I would have you travel to Naked Rock, where the animals claim dominion. At the summit of the rock is a sacred artifact, the Stone of Courage. You must claim it and bring it to me. If you are to reach your destination, you will need to negotiate a path through a whole path of flesh-eating scalekin. Make no mistake, the creatures are intimidating foes. To stride into the midst of so many would ask much of any Lancer's courage, but given time and no small amount of perseverance, I am confident you will prove equal to the task. It's crazy that you can jump going downhill from there, but you can't go uphill. Let's actually switch this out for this one.
Someone's already here. Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea.
Nope.
Really bad idea. It takes a lot less than that to incite the green wrath, you know. Why, the first time we came to the 12's Wood, we
this
almost
our
ended up
dark
as a
stranger?
truant's dinner, just for crashing our airship in the wrong place.
No,
It was all Papa Limo's fault, of course.
Close.
Though, he'd sooner swallow his staff than... You know her, Kuplo Cobb?
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage. Isn't that right?
I'm sorry, but all your Googles look the same to me. There's only one that looks different. Two. There are two that look different. No, actually, technically there are a lot more.
How are the readings?
But all of the ones
Same
down
as the
here,
last. There is a disturbance
there's
here
only
as
one
well,
different.
and newly manifested at that.
And it's not Kuplo Cobb.
Kuplo Kopp seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Ever since the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow. And this sort of thing happens.
Alright. Let's fight some treants.
It seems we have little choice.
Papa Limo over here just smacking him with his staff. That was easy.
Hear, feel, think.
Evelyn.
Crystal bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
You fainted. A surfeit of ether, no doubt.
And what have we here?
Our culprit, it would seem, an Ixal. And no ordinary Ixal either. A chieftain. That they would venture this deep into enemy territory, the beastmen may indeed be acting under orders. This is Papalimo. We found
How
the
are we
culprit.
feeling then?
It was an Ixali
Better?
chieftain.
Good.
Yes, we'll seek Brother Esumian's cooperation in the matter. Ida?
Giant crystals?
Oh, loud.
Can't say I've
tactless.
seen any.
Much the same as always.
Are you sure you're feeling better?
Understood. Over and out. Kuplokop, please bear word of these developments to Brother Esumiyan. We shall soon return to give a full report.
Understood. Over and out. Kupo!
Here is where we part ways. Till next time, take care.
I think that sword might be a clue. You should definitely pull it out and take it back to the Bannock. You don't suppose that adventurer could see Kuplokop, do you?
And this occurs to you now? Yes, it seemed that way. Time will tell.
Well, time will have to, because you won't. You never tell me what's really going on. Unless you don't know what's going on either.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Alright. And then before we head over there, we're gonna hit up Naked Rock to do the Courage of Stone. Dang it, I don't have any, what do you call them? Congratulations, you've obtained the false stone of courage. You heard me right. False. What does that say about your courage, I wonder? Oh, but where are my manners? My name is Focus. We had the pleasure of meeting at the Lancers Guild, if you recall. On that occasion, I turned my weapon upon you, and you betrayed not a hint of fear. It was in that instance that I sensed you were unlike the others, that you had promise. And so, to the present, in its current state, the trial in which you are engaged, if trial it may be called, makes a mockery of the Lancers Arc. Needless to say, this cannot be tolerated, and so I have taken the liberty of moving the Stone of Courage to a more suitable location. It now resides in the depths of Spirit Hold, under the guard of fell fiends. A more fitting challenge, as I am sure you will agree. Whether or not you attempt to retrieve the stone is for you to decide. If you fear for your safety, I suggest you run back to the guild and bemoan the world's frightfulness to the many brave souls who would cower there. Ywain will doubtless consider it a supremely courageous act. Yet, know that a lancer may forge true courage only in the midst of great danger. He's almost dead. Right. That's done. Alright, oh, I have to go to the Spirit Hold. I think there's going to be one more pair that comes through. Yeah, two more. Yeah, I think this one will be the end. Oh, we're going in. If I'm not mistaken, it's in the very back one over here. Yeah. Nah. I will go to the banner and then, or Bannock, and then head over to the Lancers Guild. Alright, it's good to see you back. One of our patrols sent word that you had been spotted doing battle with enraged treants. Relieved to find you none the worse for the experience. Tell me, what were you able to discover at the Lifeman's Stump? A sword in the stump and a dead axle. I can say with absolute certainty that the blade is of Ixali origin. It is of a kind used exclusively in the rituals. The Ixal rarely set foot in the central shroud, so tight is our guard over the area. What purpose could have driven them to take such a risk? I fear something is afoot. What's that? A dubious couple sporting peculiar spectacles. So, you have finally been acquainted with Ida and Papa Leonel. Lay your suspicions to rest. Gridania counts them among her staunchest allies. Both are scholars hailing from a distant land and have been with us since before the calamity. Their garb may appear outlandish and their exchanges baffling, but never once have they given us cause to doubt them. Indeed, they often assist with the god's quiver and the wood whalers in their work, much as I hope you will in the days to come. Although our unknown visitor eludes us still, owing to your efforts, we have acquired important intelligence on the Exali threat. You have my gratitude. We are fortunate, indeed, to have a capable adventurer such as you aiding us. I pray you will continue to serve the people of Gridania in whatever capacity you are able. Sorry, injuries to several of my men have left me short-handed, and I require a capable sword to complete their unfinished duty. Task is simple. Put down as many of the local Chigo population as necessary to acquire 3 of their exarchs. Having done so, you are to deliver them to Monragoin at Gilbert Spire. We will answer any queries you may have. I have other business to attend to. Right, Ewing. Oh, you have returned. Tell me. Were you able to obtain the Stone of Courage? Yep. Yes, this is indeed the stone. Oh, it's in rather worse condition than when I last saw it. Happened at Naked Rock. A lot. The Lancer who but recently threatened you moved the stone to Spirit Hold? Not content with trespass and slander, the Brazen Fool now meddles with our training? Savitas, this is not to be borne. Listen well, though I do not doubt that you know better, my duty as Guildmaster compels me to state the obvious. Heed not that man's words. That a Lancer's courage can only be forged in the midst of great danger is a vainglorious tripe. As you have already learned, a Lancer's courage is the product of composure and resolve. Be no misapprehension. Watchfully navigating the animal's territory has served to temper your courage, in a manner that blindly braving the tyrants of Spirithold did not. As you continue to your training, try keep this lesson of this trial close to your heart. Before you return to your adventuring, there is one more thing I would tell you. In recognition of your unwavering efforts in the trials thus far, I hereby grant you leave to join other guilds. Naturally, you must seek the permission of the relevant guild master before commencing your training. Britannia is home to a great many guilds beside our own. If you consider combat your calling, the archers and conjurers have a strong presence in our nation. Should you crave a more peaceful pastime, you may alternatively consider joining the leatherworkers or carpenters, botanists. Well, there is something to be said for broadening one's horizons. It is also important to maintain focus. Always bear this in mind. As your guildmaster, I would naturally prefer that you first master the Lancer's art. Rest assured that there will be time enough to take up another discipline when you have done so. Yet, whatever paths you choose to walk, I look forward to seeing you realize your obvious potential. We'll choose this. Nice. We will switch out the feathered harpoon and this. But we're going to keep this on because it does give a boost to XP. Alright, while, yes, I know it is early, I will be doing a good bit of early morning working. So I won't be streaming as late as I might normally have in the past, here in the coming days. But I shall. My New Year's resolution is try to stream as much as possible. So, starting after this week. But, yeah. So I will see you all next time. But for now, good night, and thank you all for stopping by.